Tá que pariu, já começou assim. Já começou assim, foda. Já começou. Meu Deus. Meu Deus. Calma aí. Pronto, já tá.
Fielding?
What do you want? Criminals like...
We just want to ask you a simple question. Have you ever discovered anything odd during...
Why are you asking about something like that?
Well... Right! We've heard it happens a few times every month.
Really? I see. But it's not like I'm on duty every night. And now that you mention it, I recall my colleagues talking about something like that before. They say that strange things tend to happen at night on pipe cleaning days.
So, what happens at night on pipe cleaning days?
And they just conduct regular cleaning of the fortress's drainage facilities. There are 3 pipe cleaning days per month, and it just so happens that today is one of the scheduled days. You can try to confirm the sounds tonight if you want, and if they're real, then I can report the issue to my superiors for you.
Oh, okay. It will...
If that's all, then I'll be leaving now. I advise you not to try anything funny, though.
Don't worry, we don't want any time added to our sentence. Oh, he left. So, right, both are... I knew you would say... I'm so tired. But we can't sleep yet. They'll be cleaning the pipes. Huh? Traveler? Did you fall asleep already? were just peacefully sleeping to Paimon. Well, what did you see this time? Really? So we're finally stuck. Okay, well, it's about. Shh! Careful! We'll get in trouble if the guards catch us. Uh-oh! Shh! Careful! We'll get in trouble if the guards catch us.
Ah tá, só seguir o caminho e acabou.
This should be the place.
Pronto. Muito fácil.
What? I know you. You were the ones we...
You've got guts showing up here.
You'd better leave now. Ain't nobody coming here to save you.
What'd you say?
Yeah, so what if they were?
Hey, what's the point?
I don't have to tell you anything. If you turn around, go back to the dormitories and act like you never saw anything...
Yeah, scram. Nothing worth seeing here. Huh?
Isn't that exactly what Boss said?
Hey, do you know our boss? Whoa. We had no idea our boss was such a big deep, so did he have you come here to find?
Oh, so your child's crew here? Seems like he had no problem fitting in.
We're the only ones who heard him say those words when he left that night. So,
Wow, those dreams of yours
We gave him the business for a while, and but here in the fortress, he was working the... You could always see how... So eventually...
But one day, he suddenly told us that he had to find a way to escape this place, no matter the cost. He said it was because he heard that call again. And as his crew, if the boss wants something... So, we got to work, and used the hidden rules that were here to make up... We just wanted to give him a better chance of escape.
Oh, thanks to your rumor, no, but has a child already escaped? Why are you all still coming here after...
Because as far as we know, the pipe he went into isn't actually an exit. It leads to an abandoned but boss still... So we told him, and that if he wanted to come...
So you come...
Yeah.
Is it also possible that...
Nothing could ever defeat Boss or...
Okay. Paimon was just brainstorming possibilities.
All right. Keep quiet and follow us.
The way up from here has been sealed off. Its boss left by going down from here. Later we came back hoping to have a look. It's impossible.
Do you think child...
Not likely. We all know that...
Really?
It's getting late.
Yeah, Whew. We finally learned some key information. When you said you... Why is child like this? Fortunately, though, now that we can finally relax... it's morning already? Oh, Paimon still needs more sleep. Huh? Wait, look over there. Isn't that... It's one of Linny's cards. What Paimon's... Maybe you haven't... It's been a while since we... Ooh, today's our lucky day. We have the day off. From the sound of it, Linny's been...
Ixi. Ah tá. Pensei que fosse outra coisa de trabalho. Eu não vou fazer isso.
Just wish everyone could stay safe and healthy.
There's a group of people.
So I said, that's not a faucet. Hey,
Oh, sorry for eavesdropping. Sounds like you were talking.
What's the matter? They're just looking to join it.
hey, don't pretend like it's okay for them to just interrupt us like that. Yeah,
You hear that, Queen?
your expressions tell me you're looking to hear some juicy info, am I right?
Really? Are we?
You're kidding. How often does anyone get a personal tour led by His Grace himself?
A little mistake, huh? I like the way you put it. You see, people with a good
You're.
I'm Quisto, and this is Lavaroon. People usually call us the Bombshell Bros, but don't worry. We're not playing with bombs or anything. It's just that our information is always so explosive, and...
So, you two really like to gossip?
No, you don't get it. Knowing intelligence will make things better for you here. Whoa, all this info's worth something, you know?
I don't mind him. The welfare meals. Talk about the welfare.
Right. What?
Is that...
Oh,
You are... Since you like my... Listen, kids, you've already met the one...
Those who have the Duke's attention.
I know who you mean.
But did you know?
I don't care if he was a... Speaking of which,
You mean he hit old...
but that Lorvine's...
Wait a second.
Do you think it...
After all...
look! There are some people talking over there.
If you ask me, those pompous parasites on the surface...
Hey, speak for yourself, mate. I'm no dog.
Oh, you think you're special or something? If you're here, then you're just a convict like the rest of us.
I don't buy that.
Hey, how cool would it be if the whole world was destroyed by a giant flood?
What kind of filthy bilgewater are you spewing? I have family up there. You best shut your sewer. Listen, things ain't so great on the surface, but who says that you have to leave? I've heard that you can still stay here and work even after you've served your sentence. Who wants to live in the ruddy overworld anyway?
And what makes you think they want to hire someone like you? It's one of the great mysteries of the universe, how someone...
Whoa. Sounds like they're really unhappy about the overworld. Speaking of which, Paimon never heard anyone. That's true.
Hey, you over there? Yeah, you. Say, do you like playing card games? You know, like Genius Invocation TCG?
You TC.
Hey, come on now. What's wrong with finding fellow Invocation aficionados? Anyway, alright.
But why would you be looking for people to play Genius Invocation?
Whether you're throwing down cards or... There are lots of card players here in the fortress. When I saw you, I immediately thought, hey, even outsiders from other... Sure.
Great! Since you've been here longer.
I thought you would have already heard everything by now. Alright then, did you...
Why don't you pick? We'll let you know if we've heard it already.
Alright. Have you heard any strange rumors since you've arrived? Then, did you know that there are some people... Yeah, so you've already met those two. I heard that they used to be a chef and a bar...
good to know. Do you have anything else to tell us?
Let me think. Sounds like you want to hear something a little more. Oh, did you know that the...
Huh?
That's right. The Duke was an inmate just like you and me. To go from an ordinary inmate, a forbidden zone? Sounds like something that someone...
It's just a rumor we've been hearing, but no worries if you've never...
Anything else? Not that I can think of. But I'll be sure to tell you anything interesting I hear next time.
Okay, we've talked to just about everyone, and it's about time for us to go meet Linny. According to the card he left us, we should go meet him in the production zone.
Ah, esse daqui. Esse teleporte aqui. Tá, tem um elevador aqui.
Huh? That look in your eyes. You've...
Hey, this is no time to be modest.
Oh, as expected of the legendary duo. Huh. I'd have never guessed that myself. The rumors swirling about this place are unreliable after all. He is a harbinger after all. Unfortunately, this isn't enough for our final report to Father. Father told me that even though Master Child's...
His escape route is already flooded, so we'll have to task someone with
Well, when you put it that way, it's a...
Bingo!
He's working today. Coming here as a group would have attracted... It's the least I can do. Honestly, I'm far more impressed.
Collecting info...
Now, let me... And if he's to do that, he'll have to...
You can even estimate how long...
We've been working together for a traveler. What say you to... Oh, and there's just... Though we can just sit back. Fremonets...
What do you want us to do? Will it...
Well, I won't call it easy. Listen carefully. You'll need to find an You've mentioned several sketchy-looking people. Investigate the internal structure. But also, there's no need to take... No, when it comes to... I'll believe anything as long as it comes from you.
All right, then we'll head...
Let's go our separate ways.
Hey, stay here for now. Paimon will take a peek. There seem to be several people in town. Right.
It's not impossible.
Oh. It's a bit hard to understand them from here, so... Someone! Please help! He's sick!
Whoa, are you okay?
Oh my! What's wrong, little one? There's no need to panic. Take a deep breath before you begin. The traveler started complaining of a stomachache, and then nausea, and then collapsed onto the ground. Freezing limbs, twitching fingers, and pale complexion. Could it be poison? Let me take a look. Please, lie down over here. Don't worry, I'll get you to the bed safely. Here, hold on to my shoulder and walk slowly. You can do it, traveler! Don't apologize. You're sick after all. Now, please relax. I'm just going to do a preliminary checkup on you. My checkup has confirmed that he's not in any mortal danger. That's our worst fear out of the way. Eh? Oh, that's good. But I'll continue my diagnosis of the patient now. Don't sense serious damage to your organs either. And here? Huh? But based on my initial checkup, there shouldn't be a problem. What about here? Does this hurt? Oh. I understand. So that's what it is. I think you just ate something that disagreed with you. That's all. So that's what it is. Thank goodness it's not any... And there have been other inmates complaining about the food recently. Congratulations! The health risk is incredibly low, so you should recover within a couple days. Miss Levine, I'll have to trouble you to help me look at...
Very well.
And she hopped away.
Hello. So how are you feeling now?
His stomach ache's really bad. He was stumbling about the whole way here, so
If Miss Sijuin says it's not a serious problem, then there's no need to worry. She's...
But it also looks like she's the,
well...
What do you mean that's true? That's really misrepresent. Though they may have committed crimes and gotten locked up here as a result, they still know a thing or two about medicine, and they help Miss Sijuin take care of the sick and...
Yeah, you're right. But did you have to lecture me about it in front of another patient? Aren't you a patient too? Where did all your energy come from?
That's correct. Sorry, I got a bit ahead of myself.
Are you two also sick?
We've been sick a while. I come back every once in a while for checkups, and to pick up the medicines Miss Sijuin prescribes for us. That's just the nature. You could say she fancies herself as Miss Sijuin's capable helper because...
Please watch your mouth, Mr. Jurier. Don't...
Hey, don't start arguing now! Please, keep it...
Release.
Please allow me to end...
And same to you, Miss Lorvine. Anyway, that was more than enough rest for me, so I'm going to get out of this excessive...
He just slowly walked off? Like that?
That's just what he's like. I'm sorry you had to see all of that. I'm Lorvine, and that's... Well, his name is Jurier, but I hope you'll never have...
You really...
I mean, can you blame me? Who would like someone who's as arrogant and... I'll accompany you two for a while. Missy... No, it's nothing.
I'm back! Did you rest like you promised?
Thank you for getting our medicine, Miss Sijuin.
Did you all cooperate with your bed rest? I trust that nobody got up to walk around. Good. Here, this should be 2 days' worth. Miss Levine, I left in a bit of a hurry just now. Do you still remember if we discussed the color of the pill that you should be taking today?
I remember. You said it should be yellow.
Yellow, huh? I understand. These are yours. Please, make sure to go to bed early after taking them tonight.
All right, then I'll also be on my way now. I hope you feel better soon, too.
See ya! I'm going to fill out your medical record now. You're widely known as the Traveler, right? Those two made quite the commotion just now, so why don't we let the Traveler rest? So his primary symptoms are abdominal pain with secondary... Alright then. Is there anything we should know besides to take the meds? No, his base constitution is quite good, so I'm sure he'll recover. Got it! Paimon will hold... Oh, you're going to take a nap already? So you're the best of companions. Well, don't worry, he'll recover soon. Ah, you're awake. How do you feel? You slept for a really long time, but we never left. Well, now you can go back without a worry in the world. Remember to take the meds regularly, and don't forget, bland foods.
Opa. Salve, calma aí. Deixa eu abaixar um pouquinho o som do jogo. Nem sei se tá muito alto. Pronto, diminui um pouquinho agora também, ó.
Thank you, Miss Sijuin.
Um pouquinho alto, cacete. Ou deve ser o microfone, isso sim. Calma aí. Tá melhor? Ah, que bom. Muito melhor. Obrigado. Obrigado por me avisar que o mic tá muito alto. Com o som do jogo.
You really are something. To be able to fall asleep like that and even sleep talk the entire time, you scared Paimon half to death. No, but you kept mumbling things along the lines of, Pyron, don't take my grilled fish, and put down. Paimon talked with Sijuin the entire time you were asleep. Whoa, you really are super thorough. All those tiny little suspicious things that Paimon didn't even pick up on. We've...
É muito ruim falar enquanto fico resfriado pelo nariz, cara. Muito ruim.
Today's the day! Let's go meet up with Vinny!
Did you two run into any trouble over the past few days?
No, we just worked our shifts according to the schedule. Nothing weird happened.
That's good. That means you didn't raise any suspicions when you infiltrated the infirmary. We've taken a look at the slip you've sent. Fremine success.
Wait, why is she getting involved as well?
You already went above and beyond when you scoped out the infirmary. To put it more bluntly, even if we were to view that as something you did in exchange for Fremine's help, you've infiltrating a guarded stronghold. Lynette also felt like you have already taken the first.
So that's what Lynette thinks. Oh, Paimon hopes everything's going well for her.
Then, let's go check on Lynette before Fremine returns.
Is now really a good time to go over?
According to my observations, Sigewinne always spends around half an hour away from the Also, I'm her brother, remember? It's only natural for an older brother to care about his younger sister's well-being.
Okay, then let's head over right away.
Lynette should be here right now. Huh. Strange.
As expected, Sigewinne isn't here, but why isn't Lynette here?
No, Lynette, unless...
Let's see if there are any...
Okay.
É normal ter uma vizinhança assim, mano. Não sei se dá pra escutar o som do cachorro que tá bem aqui, lá fora.
Wait, this thing? It doesn't look like it's been disguised that well. The space behind it is empty. From its size, I don't think it's an entrance that is meant to be taken apart. There's probably a mechanism around here somewhere. Could Lynette have tried to get inside? But if that's the case, she would have contacted me for Let's look around here for some more clues.
Legal, ele sumiu.
None of the beds have any signs of having been slept in.
That's the one Lynette must have used for...
She would have said her migraine was having... Which means...
There are some books here. Advanced nurse. These sure are some interesting books. Who knew Sigewinne would be interested in... She even has books on...
Seems quite normal to me.
Quando é que isso vai acabar? Quando é que isso vai acabar?
Hey, you guys, there's a slip of paper over here.
A slip of paper?
It's right over here, and there's a bunch written on it too. It reads, out of respect for your usual practices, I'll use a piece of paper or card as the medium to pass on my message.
This is...
Is that all? The back. This...
Show me! Now!
That look on your face. Paimon, would you care to guess where Miss Lynette of the Fatui could be right now? No. Could she have...
Wriothesley. Did he...
Wait, you mean he was aware of our...
Yes. That is a crucial question. You're not from the same camp as us. You were sent down here by Nervulet, so you have no conflict of interest with Wriothesley. We're a completely different story, though. I'd like to know that, too. Why did... Don't panic. Just think everything over. I have to stay... Wait. The fact that Fremine was able to leave the...
What does he gain by letting...
So he's... We never should have sent out Fremine. We had to go through all that trouble to find an opening to sneak him around the guard. If Wriothesley let him leave on purpose, then he's probably in a terrible spot now as well.
Lenny's getting more and more panicked. We have to calm him down. Don't be like this.
No.
Hey, don't be reckless, Traveler.
I simply cannot allow Lynn. I have to go.
He's rushed out the door. After him!
Ok, por favor, deixa eu pular essa cena e ir na missão.
Right. I feel like we still have some room to make changes on these details.
It's not impossible, but it'll require extensive testing.
Is that so? Very well. Then please be mindful of the time. Huh?
Is someone?
Pack everything up. Whoever's outside is eavesdropping. They'll probably come in once we... Someone! Please help! He's sick!
Whoa, are you okay?
What a delightful... Oh my! What's wrong, little one? Being able to read human expressions is quite... Wait!
Ah,
It's no use. We have to catch up to him.
cadê?
He's already out of sight. How is he so fast? Let's go head him off at Risley's office.
Boa tarde, já vou indo no seu escritório sem permissão. Se é permissão da pessoa específica, foda.
Come out and face me, Risley!
Aren't we at an administrative office space?
What did you do to my sister?
I ran into the young miss at the infirmary. I'd heard that she was suffering from quite the migraine, so I decided to invite her over for a cup of tea. I do have some tea.
Stop joking around! Where did you take my—
I have also heard that your performances are quite the spectacle. Miss Lynette would sometimes enter a box filled with water, only to emerge the next. Maybe she'll appear behind you right now if you were to...
Is he trying to trick me into turning my... You knew we were investigating the infirmary from the start. So you deliberately aroused the traveler's suspicions and baited us into continuing our investigation. As for Fremine... No. You probably didn't even interfere with Child's escape. You let him go, so you could
There was no need to do so. The Fortress of Meripede is a pretty pleasant place. Most people enjoy their lives here. The only ones who act differently are those with personal agendas.
You removed our original members and spread the news of Child's escape so Father would assign our team to come down and investigate. Fremine...
One correction. Lynette is in my hands right now, but Fremine...
He's not.
Lenny!
Oh, wonderful. Everyone is here, so I'll only need to say this once. Eager and to the point, I see. Alas, only Miss Lynette is currently having a cup of the fortress's. Although, as per your original plan, Mr. Fremine should also have returned to the fortress by now. But he has neither shown up within my gates...
Wait. You can't... You locked him outside in the sea?
I closed the fortress's gate to the outside world. That's all.
Fremine's a star diver, so he should be fine.
No. We're still here, so we definitely try to find a way to come back for...
But why would I do this, you may be asking? To have an audience with you, of course. My intel Besides, I do recall you mentioning to Miss Lynette that you've always wanted to have a face-to-face meeting with the Lord of the Fortress of Meripede.
So, you've been keeping tabs...
Some of my folks just happened to hear a thing or two, that's all. In any case, I will be
Caraca, uma
straight with you.
treta.
I was willing to play dumb and turn a blind eye, so we had a pleasant few days playing
Cadê? Vai
games
ver alguma
together.
cena aleatória aí.
Once, Mr. Linney, the cards are stacked against you right now. Miss Lynette, you need do but one thing to guarantee their safety.
You want to see Father?
Well,
Pô,
if she
significado.
cares for the well-being of her dearest
Esse
children,
bichinho
she
aqui
should have
colocou
plenty of
veneno
motivation to join
na
you for
irmã
a
dele
parents' evening.
E afogou o irmão.
I've heard that the bonds between...
Why
Eu
did you
acho,
think
né?
Father sent...
Oh, I see. So it's because she doesn't care for my place here. That's such a shame. After all, I've amassed quite the tea collection. I was looking forward to sharing it with her.
Puta, não tem graça, só tem dama.
extent of your
Pra
master
falar a
plan
real.
to get...
People really are difficult to get along with. Mr. Linney,
É, o negócio de investigação.
instead of asking
Mas
why
até que é da
I'm
hora.
doing this,
Até que é da
why
hora.
don't you try to see things from my perspective for a second? I gave you a warning by cutting off the first few operatives I found, but that only caused you to double down. Mr. Fremine left the fortress on his own, and Miss Lynette tried to...
I should...
6,
Wait,
2, time's up. It really is a shame.
Riley!
Negotiations have broken down. Please leave.
Yeah, listen to the traveler.
You do realize that I'm only letting you go because of Neuvillette, yes? You're here helping, but that doesn't mean you can just do whatever you want. The fortress may be small and remote, but it still has its own set of laws. Then how about this? Those who are capable deserve respect. You've spent quite some time investigating my home turf by now, so why don't you tell me? I'll ask you 3 questions. Answer all of them correctly, and I'll agree to your question 1. Regarding the hidden rules of the production zone, what is the truth behind the one about not being allowed to work for 3 days in a row?
Pronto, agora só. Aí, ó.
Fonta's internal report suggests that they're starting a new trial of an unnamed and unpackaged product. But the product has to undergo a trial because even Fonta's own... The Fonta promoter has been struggling because he doesn't recognize the real value of Kuba.
Sei lá.
I've been told that the infirmary is always empty for the half hour just before lunch. But what could see...
Nossa, eu vou botar tudo combinado.
The research notes said that the melusine...
Não.
Fonta's internal report suggests that...
Você tem uma?
We often see Miss... The Fonta promoter has...
Nossa. Falta um.
According to Collins, the The
Não tem
research
tempo.
said that the melusine race
Não tem
perceives the
tempo, então
world
tá de
very
boa.
differently from humans. As a result, the melusines have also developed a sense of aesthetics that appears rather according to Collins,
Errei.
the research notes said that
Graças a Deus. Se não tivesse uma consequência disso.
Ah, so that's what's going on. The hidden rule of the production zone. People are not At first we thought this strange meat must have something to do with... She often visits the production zone to observe the workers' health. Out of her sense of duty as the head nurse, Sijuin has only...
Ok, não precisa falar, né? Já sei, pai.
Not bad. You've uncovered Sijuin's secret and even guessed her intentions correctly as well. It's nice to know that her efforts have... Alright, now for my next question. There are also some hidden rules in the Pancration Ring, including the one that you're not allowed to support both sides of a fight. What...
Ah, tem que fazer isso direito, rapaz. Cadê, ó?
The research notes said that the melusine race perceives the...
Não.
According to Collins, the Pancration tournament only took place because the... We often see Miss Sijuin. The Fonta promoter has been... I've been told that the infirmary...
Você tem uma.
The research notes said...
E se eu errar essa?
Fonta's internal report...
Errei a outra.
We often see Miss...
Não, é esse daqui.
promoter has...
Não tem nada a ver com a do tempo. Bom dia, bom dia. Bem-vindo à live.
A blood red. The company they came to the fortress of Meropide. The Duke, knowing how valuable, and so
I acknowledge, although based on your description, that Fonta promoter is a bit too careless with his words. I may just reconsider. All right, and here's the final question. What's the secret behind our head nurse and all of her patients in the infirmary?
Stop your cruel and pointless games, Risley! You know that we haven't finished our investigation, so there's no way we can answer the last question. The thought of sparing...
Você deveria calar a boca.
Oh, close one.
It was nothing, Your Grace. See, this gun may
Ih,
look
botou
like a toy.
veneno.
It's actually fully functional, as I just demonstrated.
Ah,
Wayne. You.
mas o cara, pra que perguntar isso, ô, viajante? Pelo amor de Deus.
Not at all. I am merely a resident of the fortress, and thus protecting it is when Monsieur Nervulette asked me to. But if you mean what you just said, then isn't Linny someone you should be looking after as well? Isn't he a resident here just like the rest of us? But I really am just doing what Monsieur Nervulette told me to do. His Grace knows it too, right? Your Grace?
My dear Sigewinne, whatever shall I do with you? Would it have killed you to just wait another minute or two?
Well, it's nearly time after all. The way you do things can be truly frustrating sometimes, Your Grace. I figured I should try. What are you talking about?
Take me if you want. Let them go.
How touching. Can you just give me one more minute?
Don't be like that, Your Grace.
All right, everyone, calm down. 2 more visitors. I'll go get a cup of tea. Miss Sigewinne, I leave Miss Lynette in your care.
You.
I believe I hear footsteps.
Some space, please.
Ah, já sabia.
Ah, Miss Clarande.
Lemonade.
What's going on? What is Clarande doing here?
Work.
I'm sorry about shooting you, Mr. Linney. The tranquil.
What happened to Fremine?
Ah, não.
Wasn't he diving just outside of the fortress? Why is he looking like...
E aí, Sofia?
Oi, Hans, bom dia. Você viu meu bom dia que eu te mandei?
É, eu vi o bom dia que eu te mandei. Você não fala. Você saiu da cama bem na hora. Saiu do chat bem na hora. E ainda vai.
Eu vou voltar, peraí, porque eu sou mobile. Eu vi tu dando bom dia.
Aconteceu, eu vi vocês dois saindo e entrando na live, saindo e entrando na live, saindo e entrando na live, saindo e entrando na live.
I thought I made good time on the way
E eu nem
back.
sei o que tava acontecendo, então ficarei quieto, eu acho, né?
Oh, I'm just admiring
Eu
your
nem sei qual resposta eu posso fazer.
Had you arrived? How's the situation out?
The water has changed. I was only out there a short time, so it wasn't too bad. But if one were to stay for any significant amount
Peraí, eu
of
saí
time,
da
Was he when you found him?
the abandoned tree at the end of the pipes.
Tá engraçado, mano.
He must have recognized it early on and
Bichinho do
tried
Felipe.
desperately to
Felipe
save
tava no Genshin.
Ele tá lá naquela outra cal?
Na cal dele não tá, agora ele tá na cal pública.
É. Agora ele tá na
mas
outra.
bora fazer uma live de Minecraft.
We could have saved too.
Well, I did try to convince him that I had my reasons.
Isso é live de
It would
Genshin, não de
probably work on
Minecraft.
Nervulette.
Eu sei, depois.
Not particularly.
Fine.
Depois,
I'd
então,
like to
vai.
get some tea.
Might as well.
Beleza, vai ser na Twitch, né?
Não, vai ser no YouTube.
E a Twitch?
Eu não faço mais live da Twitch, eu.
Tu desistiu?
Não, porque eu não quero mesmo.
Beleza. Eu vou começar a gravar vídeo no TikTok, aí quando eu tiver um PC eu vou começar a gravar live.
Entendi. Entendeu, chat? Próxima live vai ser de Minecraft.
Look after Mr. Fremine for the moment. I'll go fetch some medicine and a respirator.
E claramente tu... Eu acho que
Where is she? How is she
você
right
tá
now?
falando no meio da live, tá?
Oh, she just took a
Não sei se você se incomoda.
É por isso que eu saí, pra não ficar escutando minha voz.
Entendi.
Are you okay?
I'll be fine.
Are you sure?
My hands and...
I'm back, everyone.
Lenny! Fremine?
He'll be fine. But for now...
Muito de foi nada.
Eu vou deixar tu aí e já volto, só vim dar um bom dia mesmo.
Bom dia pra você.
live. Eu vim dar bom dia pra live também. Que na próxima quem vai fazer live sou eu quando tiver um PC.
His breathing's beginning to slow down.
Give me a hand and
Yeah, I'll take him from this side.
On it. Traveler, you seem
Vai ter grito, estouradão, vai ter. Vai ter tudo na minha live.
the Duke and Claranda are gone.
Se quiser pode mandar um link no final, hein?
Beleza.
Eu mando o link. Você me manda o link, eu mando o link na descrição.
É, vou começar a postar vídeo. Quando tiver até um celular bom também, meu celular não é bom.
É isso eu sei.
Vai aparecer o filme aqui. Eu vou dar uma saidinha aqui que eu vou me preparar aqui.
Se prepara pra quê?
Pra mim, vou fazer isso aqui de casa. Acordei há pouco tempo. Quer arrumar o quarto.
Ah, tá. Pode ir lá à vontade. Fica com Deus.
Tem uma boa live e depois vamos jogar um Mine. Um bom dia. Eita.
Pedra.
Pedra. Foi o Felipe. Não.
He's awake. Fremine, how do you...
Lynette. We're all here.
O Rancito fica famoso e
Todo
criado.
mundo reunido na live.
How do you feel?
Meu Deus do céu, cara.
Só tá eu e Felipe. Vou divulgar tua live, viu?
À vontade, obrigado.
Vou divulgar aqui que o Hans é meu filho, amiguinho. Minha criação divina.
Aí todo mundo vai pensar que essa IP é essa porra.
Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now.
Todo mundo vai falar que a live de GTA RP é.
É GTRP? Não, não é GTRP, é Roblox.
Não, pô, é boca no pico. Desgraça.
o prefeito não.
Meu Deus, que horror, porque tu traumatizou a live, viu?
Todo mundo já sabe, ó.
A live é pra crianças, gente, que é vídeo
Não é
pra
pra
criança.
criança não, cara. Eu não faço conteúdo infantil não, pra falar a real.
Ninguém faz hoje em dia.
Eu vou fazer meu conteúdo infantil não, viu? Se joga, tem que se jogar. Tem água. Meu Deus, não tem água não.
Tá vendo?
Live.
Fecha
Aí,
aí,
ó.
Olha aí, Felipe.
Tá vendo, tá vendo.
Aí,
Começou bom, começou bom.
Começou bom o vídeo. Já aposta pra virar meme.
Já posta pra virar meme, vai ser um clipe, isso sim.
Que porra de... Por que você colocou essa bandeira, Sofia?
Bandeira. É minha bandeirinha.
A bandeirinha aqui. Opa!
A bandeirinha. A minha bandeirinha. Eu sempre coloco o nome, tipo... Não vou mandar não.
Mano, não vai parar não. Eu travei o jogo. Eu travei o jogo.
Vai ter que sair e entrar de novo. Começar de novo. Lá na saída. Aí.
Não, pode. Grava isso aí, por favor. Grava isso aí, por favor. Não, vou gravar isso daqui. Vou gravar isso daqui.
E pá, mano.
Como bugar o jogo?
Como bugar o jogo de propósito aí, rapaziada.
E a live do Honkai Shore vai ter algum
Tá
dia?
aparecendo a Anitta. Tá aparecendo a Anitta no videoclip.
Anira.
Anitta! Desgraça.
Anitta.
É?
Tipo assim, depois, o Ranzo. Tu vai gravar quando o Honkai Shore pra fazer live?
Mano, se te pergunta aí é só quando quiser.
Vou encher teu saco no vídeo e dizer assim, cadê a live do Honkai?
Vai lá, é tipo joga com o salt do Alanzoca.
Pois é, cadê o Honkai? Cadê o Honkai? Cadê a música?
Tô brincando, tô brincando. Tô brincando, calma aí.
Crianças não aprendem isso, crianças, por favor. Mas o Felipe sabe que eu sou 1000 vezes pior do que o Hanzo quando eu gravar alguma coisa.
Não, tô 1000 vezes mais.
Eu vou começar a gritar quando ver alguma coisa, eu estourar o microfone e tudo.
Ah, mano, eu consigo até gritar se quiser. Posso?
Não, mas. Vai
Obrigado.
cortar, né, o vídeo? Tu vai cortar, né, o vídeo nessa parte?
Não.
Não.
Não vou cortar nada.
Vai cortar? Sim, você vai
Não vou cortar nada. Você não vai de mim.
Vai
Agora,
tá
como é que.
Eu vou mandar no grito.
Ah, mano.
Tá bom o tempo. Tô indo lá, tá? Já volto.
Fica com Deus.
Você tá bom.
Meu Deus do céu, tu veio o jogo.
É, o jogo foi com você.
Pipes. Right, the pipes. It's all coming back to me now.
Pronto, agora eu voltei. Se eu tava de novo aí, ferrou.
Aí. Eu tenho que fazer tudo, Guilherme.
Where could Master
Ok, já
Child
sei.
be?
Poxa. Cuidado, feio. Poxa, eu peguei isso aqui.
Calma aí. Nível 82. Dá esse espadão. Dá Bando de dano Caio. C3 como sempre. Espadão nível 9. Não entendo porque a ult dele não tá nível alto. Isso que é foda.
This mechanism
Só
looks
usa
like it's
físico
been
então.
tampered with. Could he have done it?
Mano, não vai ter nenhum. Ah, não vai ter nenhum inimigo pra matar não. Que bosta. Fontaine. Né? Ixi. Baguncei tudo. Ok, você tem essa porta aqui, então já vai ter bichinho.
This is where the water starts. Okay. Master Child probably dived into the water.
Calma aí, eu já volto. Tazo, já voltei. Calma aí. Já voltei. Voltei.
Eu sei.
Opa, e aí? E aí, Felipe?
E aí?
Desculpa aí, chat, pelo atraso. Tava tomando um Nescau, um biscoito, só isso. Tô sem comida na geladeira. O dólar subiu e tá foda.
Traces here too. I need to keep going. Huh? Traces are gone. But I don't see where he could have gone from here. Wait. What the? My heart is racing, and it's getting harder and harder to breathe. No good. I have to get back. They still don't know anything about what's going on. If I turn back right now, I should still be able to make it. I can't die here. I have to push.
Irrealista. O Lady bem ali, ó.
Miss Clarence!
Miss Clorand,
You're still too weak for Monet. You can... Miss Lynette is right. I believe Miss Clorand will stay here as a...
guest. Then I...
You should ask His Grace about that. Yeah, it's about time he actually told us what's going on. Wanna come with us, Linny?
No, please go on without me.
Linny.
The logical part of my brain is aware that we're safe right now, but I still can't bring myself...
Understood. In that case, I'll leave the infirmary to you. The Traveler and I are going to head out for now. As long as you stay in here, I don't think you'll be disturbed.
Thank you.
Eita, que moto desgraçada. Indo aqui no escritório de novo.
Excuse me.
I take it Mr. Fremenet's condition has stabilized?
Of course. I wouldn't have left the infirmary otherwise.
I've been expecting those two, but might I inquire as to the purpose of your visit, Miss Siegewien?
I wanted to check up on Miss Clorand.
Mostly fine.
If you don't mind, I'd like to perform another quick physical exam. It'll just take a few minutes.
All right. Thank you for looking out for me.
Well, want to explain yourself, Risley?
Of course, but I'm not partial to the word choice of explain. Where should I begin? How about you start by asking me any questions you have?
Then Paimon will begin.
No. I just knew they were Fatui operatives sent to the fortress by the Knave. As for their specific goal,
You managed to monitor and stay ahead of them even...
they came here with ulterior motives. I'm quite adept at discerning what that kind of behavior signals. Initially, I thought their goal was just to investigate Child's disappearance. Linny suggested that I had deliberately... Of course, it's inevitable that the knave would make a big deal out of her fellow Harbinger's unexplained disappearance. I'm also quite curious about...
So you were hoping...
You make it sound like that's a bad thing. The Forbidden Zone has always been Linny's target, and you got roped into that investigation after running into him.
Are the rumors true? That you're also a former criminal?
Now, why would you put it like that?
Oh, right.
Me, of course. As a champion duelist, Miss Cloran could be considered to be an independent party.
And saving Fremine was part of...
You can think of it like that, yes. Credit where credit is. That's not something... All I need to prove to you is that the Forbidden...
But we've already uncovered...
You make a compelling case. Do you really want to know the answer that badly?
Yeah, Paimon really wants to know.
Even if the truth may not be pleasant? Follow me.
There's a hidden door here? And a whole basement behind it? Huh. You're pretty good at hiding stuff, Risley.
It seems you've forgotten. Stand on the central plate.
Wait, is there a secret mechanism or... Whoa!
Poxa. Pera aí, Paimon flutua e ela não foi... Ela não ficou flutuando, ela só foi puxada pra baixo.
This is the Forbidden Zone? Honestly, for a place so well
Realista.
what a huge door!
There are 3 such isolation gates in total. Generally speaking, I'm the only one who's allowed to go inside. Hence the name Forbidden Zone.
Why so serious?
Am I correct to assume you're going to run on back and tell your...
Well, Paimon wasn't thinking of keeping anything from them.
Well, I'd advise you
Acho
wait
que tem que
until
botar a
you've
janela
seen
pra
the whole
janela.
truth of this place for yourself before deciding whether...
Eu sinto shadow no meu cu. Larissa, não quero teus beijos.
Tô mais peludo, vai.
Ouriços pretos ou azuis dos pelos, mas de qualquer jeito não quero ser humano, quero ser...
Gostou?
Eu não tenho nenhum nito, porra. Quer que eu faça o quê?
Huh. So there's a switch on this...
Stand back.
Whoa. They all just went up one by one.
Go
Ok.
on, have a look.
Não precisa nem explicar a Paimon, eu já sei.
Deixa eu pegar essa pai e não faz uma comidinha com ela.
Famosa comida de emergência.
I've been interested in what lies beyond that gate ever since I assumed leadership of the Fortress of Meripede. Of course, it would be unwise to recklessly open it, but it'd also be risky. The readings on that dashboard have not budged since the day when I first laid eyes on this. Normally, I would have ignored it, but I happen to have some free time when I noticed it. Very reasonable. The temperature should vary with weather and climate changes, so for some... Later on, a few more possibilities occurred to me, such as a over the past few days, the needle...
The concentration of...
And that is precisely the problem. We're at the... Yes.
But forget about the two of us. Not even Neuvillette knows where the primordial sea could be, much less... Oh! Oh!
Seems like you've figured it out. I believe the primordial sea lies directly beneath it. The indicators are now red. Although the gate still stands, some primordial seawater has already leaked out and mixed into the sea around us. If this continues... Yeah, you know what...
But that's just too weird!
Your expression tells me you think this might be part of a... It's just that the secret of the forbidden... There's no single... When the previous Hydro Archon, Egeria, ruled the land, all the criminals received no... Some of them began to repent and prayed to the Hydro Archon, asking if there was still anything they could do. The Hydro... And so, leaning on the power of the Hydro Archon, as the number of exiles increased, more and more people joined the community. The Hydro Archon continued to lend her support, allowing the fortress, and with that, the people here But as time went on, once they had finished serving their sentences, some people left and
Mano, o
some others
objetivo do
chose to stay.
Fontaine é pular
They'd
toda a
find some
cutscene.
idle position and let their... After many, now and again...
But now you know every
Só
part
tem
of
conversa
that.
essa porra.
Só tem conversa.
It's just as the to be frank.
Cadê Catai aqui? Vai
Uma
pegar.
conversa que eu já sei, já tá na metade.
Let's go
Tomara que sim.
Na verdade, tem que ser.
This
Não
is
posso ser região.
Your Grace, perfect timing. The results from...
Wait, Jurier, he's not alone.
Huh?
No need to panic. You...
What? After you warned us not to tell a single soul?
I'm skeptical as well. Are you...
The results speak for themselves, don't they?
All right then, if Your Grace insists.
They seem harmless enough, so I'll trust them for now.
Well, how about some reintroductions? This is Jurier, one of the highest-ranked researchers from the Fontaine Research Institute. Good. Say, Edwin's main areas of research were archaeum and gravimeters. As his assistant, Jurier is quite familiar with them as well.
You want to blow up?
Ah, what a lovely idea. I'm already imagining it in my head.
Gotta admit, I'm tempted as well.
Guys, focus! Focus!
That taskmaster over there is Miss Lorvine, and is also one of my...
Ooh, are they together?
See, everyone keeps asking this question. Are you too sure you're not a
Your Grace, I am...
If I dated her, I'd officially be madder than...
Jeez. Follow me.
Whoa, there's another door that goes right up.
Your constant amazement makes it seem like the fortress can do anything.
But Paimon really thinks everything's super cool.
Well, let's spice it up a bit. And here you go.
Eita porra.
What a
Meu
huge... This is also a production zone that Paimon's never seen.
How much do you know?
I...
Well, then maybe you have... According to legend, the Lemurian king Remus came to this land after being inspired by divine revelation and found the seer Sabine. He called his nation Lemur.
There's a ship in this...
Where there's water, there'll be...
Do you believe that?
To a point, I think. As you've already seen, I have a whole factory's worth of labor material, so the moment I
Were you inspired by the legend?
Maybe. Fontainians need something to hold on to cope with the impending disaster. Were the workers to find out the truth behind this ship, riots would destroy the fortress faster than any catastrophe. As the fortress is administered... Alright, that's enough talking for now. I'll need another 3. Seems like you're good. Come on. I'll leave you here for now.
Oh!
No worries. But don't forget, it's up to you whether or not you want to share.
Yeah, we'll put a lot of thought into it.
Great.
We're back!
Welcome back. Do you want a cup of tea?
How can you be so much like Risley, Owen?
Huh. Actually, now that you mention it, I just remembered something now. While I was sedated, I could still barely hear 2 people talking next to me. They were discussing everything, from the leaves, to the water, and even the teacups themselves.
Must have been Risley and...
Yeah, I heard one male voice and...
I really can't make...
So, Traveler, Paimon, were you able to learn...
Yeah, it's...
Very well. Then, would you mind checking your answers against my speculation? Yeah, I took the...
Nobody else is around, and Miss...
All right, then I'll posit my theories. I asked myself Firstly, Why was Fremine affected by...
Ooh, he's good. He got the...
That's our Lenny.
Secondly, Risley's... I spent quite a long time thinking about this. What's more, as long as the fortress doesn't do any... If I had to guess, he probably has something that he's working on.
You're super...
That if Risley does have a... that I don't have...
The sea will engulf everyone. Just like the...
Could Risley have wanted to meet Father to figure out a way to deal with this? If you remember, I once mentioned...
Or perhaps he didn't know.
Yeah, that makes sense. The two of you have already aided us far. If you ever need anything else going, though you may not share...
You have my gratitude.
Thank you for protecting Lenny.
Why are you being so formal all of a sudden?
Given your strength.
Aw, this... Paimon's hungry.
Oh,
Alright, then we'll catch you guys another time. As well. Traveler and Paimon, over here. Are you here for dinner too? And I'm taking it. Huh? You're right. What would you like to eat? Yep, you can. I've already talked to our chef, Mr. Wolsey. It's all on me today, so you can get whatever you'd like. Me too. No problem. So delicious. I'm so happy. Feeling full yet? How's the delicious? I'm so Sijuin? A bit of both, I suppose. I'm a Melazine, which means I'm very different from human beings. I must know what you're thinking. You're really good at... Really? Oh, and what... Oh, that, thankfully. Although the Oh, and I was... You were all super... Oh. Get a good night's rest.
Mano, fica bugado, não fala, pô.
Has happened. Paimon just feels... Paimon's super sleepy. Are you sleepy?
Oh, mas aquela que é a cama maior que a Paimon. Olha o tamanho dela. O tamanho dela, cara, parece até uma barata. É gigantesca. Mano, uma barata gigantesca dormindo na minha cama.
What happened? Why is it no idea? Something must have happened. Stop asking.
Who's yelling?
Ih, teta. Ih, é teta, teta, é teta, é teta.
What happened? Why is everyone running around? Hey, what are you doing?
No time to explain, mate. Goodbye.
Hey, wait! What's wrong with these people? They won't even touch.
They're here! Yeah. There you are!
Oh, thank goodness!
We're still in Lavaroon. Do you know what happened here?
We came here. Lafaroon was saying you two are new here and you don't have many friends, so you might slip through the...
Wait, weren't you the one who brought that up?
Hey, shut up!
Okay, whatever. The point is, you should... Yeah, you said to get us...
Oh no. It can't be that
Esse cala a boca cortado.
Wait, what? What? Hey, we're...
We have to go find the Duke. You two just go and get out. Go on without us.
Hey, hey! Be careful!
Attention, please evacuate upwards and outwards, upwards and outwards. If you're already at the topmost layer, then try to move as far outwards as possible.
Gostei. Gostei dessa cena.
They're here.
Just like I said.
What happened?
You're just in time. But be ready to run. Three, two, one.
This won't hold it for long. Find Neuvillette. Tell him the defenses are about to collapse.
Then what will happen to you?
Until he arrives, we're the last line of defense.
Anda logo. Não, pressa, porra.
The gate. How long do you think it'll hold?
That depends on us.
Neuvillette? Why are you here?
Traveler, I need you to head to the opera. Farina will soon be meeting with the knave there. You must protect Farina. Will do. You have...
Calma aí. Nossa, quase que eu caí no... Quase que eu caí na lagoa. Fatui.
Look! There are a ton of Fatui and Palais Mermonia people over there. The knave is probably here already.
Are you two the traveler in Paimon? Monsieur Nerva, though I'm sure he's already explained, this should be a mostly cordial conversation, unlikely to give rise to violence.
Oh, so you two are the honored guests Miss Farina mentioned.
Of course, of course. How could they not attend a meeting such as this? I must always have 2 or more guests at my dessert table. Otherwise, the occasion would be too lonely and unbecoming of my station.
It is my pleasure to make your acquaintance, traveler. I have heard much of your accomplishments. I am the Knave, one of the...
I've already prepared seats for you. Come.
Perhaps you two are unaware of how Miss Farina and I do things. You see, we actually recently agreed to get to see this. This is a limited type of confectionery that Miss Farina simply adores.
Traveler, what do you think of this cake?
That's good to hear. So what Child said was on the mark after all. You do share a taste in desserts with Farina and I. I wonder how he's doing nowadays. You must have heard, right? He's suddenly gone missing. I'm really worried about his safety, you know.
Since we're talking about him, I feel like I should add something.
Oh, so you're also familiar with his aptitude for fighting, Miss Farina. Oh, right. I almost forgot. Child was against ordinary people. My colleague would never be on the back foot. But alas, he just never imagined he'd run into such a person. Coming from you, that's not surprising at all.
But I thought you would be happier to hear the news.
Of course, but it's still a bit of a shame. You see, I would have been far happier had I received this news somewhat earlier. As you well know, a long time has passed since Child disappeared.
Well, in any case, there's no need to worry. We know for sure that Child is still alive.
Oh, and just how...
Because we found evidence that proved he left the Fortress of Mirapede.
And where did he go after leaving the fortress?
Well?
The Fortress of Mirapede lies deep beneath the waves. Unless he pranced right out of the main gate. Ah, that is good news at least. His sister Tonya sent a letter to Fontaine not too long ago, since he was unfortunately unavailable. Do you have any idea how he usually writes back to his family? Dear Tonya, your letter made me feel like we were still enjoying our time in Snezhnaya together. I'm currently admiring the scenery on the streets in front of the Opera House. Is it some...
All letters tend to follow the same few formats anyway, right? As long as the Hold on. The water in the teacup is shaking.
I suppose this is also a sign of things to come.
Huh? I don't quite understand what you're trying to say.
Have we entered into the next stage of the...
My thanks to you both. I will take it from here.
Sure you don't need a hand?
Quite sure.
Wow. So, what's your secret, huh? Let me guess. Nah, who knows? Maybe it's just your sense of responsibility.
Sounds about right.
day may come when the prophecy is fulfilled, and the waters burst forth. But it is not this day! This ancient power could easily obliterate an entire race. The tsunami of fury would unleash endless catastrophe. This sentence is too severe. Forgive me for overruling it.
All right. Seems like the problem inside has been suppressed.
Let me guess. We're safe for now.
Indeed. But only for now.
I win this bet. You owe me a present.
Very well. It was indeed just...
You made a bet?
We made a bet on the size of your entourage. Cloran thought you wouldn't come down by yourself.
I figured you would have at least brought a few people along for appearance's sake. It appears I underestimated just how confidential the mission was.
Shouldn't you have gotten used to confidential missions by now?
So what gift must the loser give? Tea?
He already has tons of tea in his office. I'm thinking about a set of legal...
That wouldn't happen to be a dig at my lack of legal awareness, would it?
Well, I'm sure His Grace doesn't consider the fortress to be outside the law.
I was under the impression the residents of a place like this would be uninterested in the legal codices.
That was obviously a joke. Anyway, you've still got some unfinished business to attend to in the overworld, correct?
No need to stay here if you have a pressing matter. We all know you can't leave Palais Mermonia for long.
Thank you. I hope everything went smoothly with the Fatui Harbinger.
I must say, we've spent long enough, Miss Farina. As the Hydro Archon, I am sure you understand the exact meaning of the phenomenon we just witnessed. Or should I say?
What are you trying to say?
At this point, I don't think there's any more need to speak as diplomatic representatives. Allow me to speak to you now as just a Fontainian. You know the prophecy by heart, and also that every part of it is being proven true. Yet, here you are, relaxing, drinking tea, and eating desserts as if it's all nothing more than a few stray bugs in your garden. Do you really think that's acceptable? The prophecy's hanging above our necks like a guillotine. Every faction is looking for a way to either avert the disaster or save their own. Even the orphans of the House of the Heart have devoted everything to saving their homeland. But you? It beggars belief just how nonchalant and carefree you have been. From the very beginning, you, the god Focalor, you have utterly failed to take action.
You're wrong. I've never ignored the prophecy, nor have I just been passing the time in self-indulgence.
I am not alone in my doubts, you know. All the children of Fontaine may be harboring the exact same thought. Oh, great Hydro Archon. How are
I have my ways, and I've been working on them for all this time. Even if Fontaine will be saved. Even if I still cannot see the true future right now.
Then I ask you, Miss Farina, just what have you been working on? Where can we see it, and what...
My machinations are just like the prophecy itself. They will only reveal themselves...
I see. As a god, the proof of your labor always lies beyond prying mortal eyes. Allow me to be so bold as to ask another way. Would it be possible for you to tell us the parts of your plan that are not confidential? such as your emergency response plan for the impending disaster?
An emergency response plan?
Oh, that look in your eyes. Have you not even prepared one of those?
The emergency response.
Then allow me to jog your memory. Miss Farina, what is the purpose of your Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal? And what do you plan to do with the massive amounts of indemnitium that has accumulated over the years?
The Oratrice? It's just like it appears to be.
So you also have no idea. If I'm not mistaken, someone's using it to prepare for something. But unfortunately, it would seem that someone is not you, Miss Farina. I first caught wind of this when Linny tried to investigate the Oratrice in the Opera House. You see, even just getting close to the core contaminated him. But even if that had nothing to do with you, then what could you possibly be working on, oh great Hydro Archon? Oh, right. I almost forgot. Udex Neuvillette is not at the tea party with us today. Miss Farina, I suppose you must have ordered him away to take care of some troublesome business.
Yeah, yes, that's exactly right. Please keep it a secret for—
Of course I will. Although, I must say— Oh, very well. Let's stop that conversation here. There are still a few slices of cake left, so— Traveler, I heard that you were recently commissioned to handle a few matters on behalf of the Udex. Why don't you take an extra slice of cake? Though you too, but—
Thank you. Paimon will take you up on that. Oh, Paimon's super full. If it's on my—
You're welcome. I'm sure the— it is getting late. Why don't we call it a day?
Very well. We'll end it.
Mind seeing me off, Traveler? We could use the opportunity to discuss child.
Paimon's coming too!
I'm glad that you were willing to come with me. Of course,
That's what Paimon thought.
you lent your aid to the children of the House of the Hearth. As their father, I would like to express my gratitude. That was all. Formal topics should be discussed in formal set. I know you just returned from the fortress of Meripede. Relax. I have no intention of trying to get anything out of you.
They've all been working very hard and have always done all they can to fight back against anyone who tried to—
You mean Wriothesley. He's a tricky one to deal with. It's By the way, and you can just consider this a bit of idle gossip, but what's your— You are outside of our disputes, and the freest person in all of Fontaine, able to move around most easily.
And that's everything that happened during the trial. Master Child was declared guilty and immediately transported to the Fortress of Meripede.
Didn't he say he was coming here on vacation? Does he not feel an ounce of shame for all the Forget it. He did give us— I will be meeting some—
Do you require help with any preparations?
No need. I will take care of it myself. I need to meet with Farina, the Hydro Archon. She is at the heart of Fontaine. But what's fascinating about her is that she often seems more like a celebrity than a working Archon.
Oh? Come over here, you little critter, you—
You dare to run from me?
My goal is just to discover the location of the Gnosis. But I didn't expect the chance to approach Farina to be handed to me on a silver platter. Anything left unguarded is usually just bait. But no one will blame someone for taking the... It's just as I guessed in the second before I struck. The Hydra... In fact, this Archon doesn't seem like a god at all. And...
Who are you?
The fear in her pupils is genuine. So perhaps she's not bait after all. I left the scene with ease. Nobody came looking for me, and nobody could serve as a witness to my near assassination of Fossilor. I suspect even Farina. Not long after, my informants confirmed what I had guessed. After returning to her quarters, Farina quietly cried alone. There's no doubt that there's something wrong with her. I began to entertain the possibility that she is not the true Hydro Archon. I have to find the Gnosis. If the Neuvillette hypothesis is correct, he is probably in possession of it. Alternatively...
Yes, Father.
My dear children...
News from the Fortress of Meripede. Master Child has gone missing. On top of that, the contacts and guards we brought...
Probably the handiwork of that Rides.
I'm afraid so.
This is a good opportunity. Set up a meeting for me. I would like to meet the Hydro Archon and Iudex Neuvillette. Oh, and I have an additional mission for you three.
Yes, Father.
Tartaglia's disappearance was not a part of my plan, but the initiative belongs to the House of the You know the rest.
Meu Deus do
Winnie's group
céu.
is quite close to you.
You attacked...
It wouldn't mean anything, even if you shouted it from the rooftops. After all, even Farina herself is still pretending that nothing of that sort ever happened.
Alright then.
I've now had 2 chances to enjoy tea with Farina. I have to say, the leadership of Fontaine is even more inscrutable than I had imagined. I once surmised that Iudex Neuvillette must be the Hydro Archon, but now, that doesn't seem right to me either.
Se não tivesse nada de ruim acontecendo com a Anaís, aí seria melhor.
I am a servant of Her Majesty, Of course, that is all just how I feel. Gut feelings often do not require justification. It is, however, quite amusing to me that after all my years... Don't you think Fontaine is quite intriguing? Ultimately, though, one must survive, and you don't need to commit to anything right now, of course. I have a feeling that the situation will continue to evolve, and as your name is often connected with noble deeds, I'm sure we will work together someday. He certainly returned quickly. You must want...
Neuvillette is...
For now, yes. But this issue will prove quite... Thank you for protecting Farina. To put it simply, I used my power to force back the Primordial Sea and reseal the sluice gate. So as expected, the Knave has turned up the pressure on Farina. She's trying to feel her out, though I'm still unsure as to her motives. Permission granted.
Hydroarchon, right? But that's just a speculation on our part, though. You can't tell us? Then...
If by the phrase, you guys, you are referring to Farina and I, then although I'm not sure just what you are trying to imply, I must clarify that I do not share her positions on a multitude of topics. I believe so. The fortress has a long and complex history. It has seen much grief and suffering. And now, another catastrophe will soon be upon us.
Huh? Why is it
You may be closer to the truth than you think.
Oh? And what are you thinking? The dragon of... Huh?
Please do not be so surprised.
We were just guessing randomly. We didn't guess right, did we? You're not actually the dragon's son.
You guessed correctly. I sincerely hope you'll be able to keep this a...
Right! There's still something Paimon wants to ask you.
Please, go ahead.
Well, if you are the dragon sovereign of water, and you were able... Then since Fontaine's prophecy is all of...
None of the currently living dragon sovereigns in the world. They say that when the first usurper arrived on Tivat, they seized a part of the dragon's power.
There are 7 elemental archons and 7 matching dragon sovereigns.
The dragon sovereign of water who lived through that era perished a long time ago. As their successor, I know far less of that part of our ancient history. In any case, I believe I will not be able to do much unless the Archon disappears and returns their elemental authority. Given the status quo, however, I would recommend finding another way to deal with the prophecy.
Oh, so even you can't solve it.
I still have some urgent matters to attend to at my office. If you have any more questions regarding ancient history, you are welcome to discuss them with me at a later...
Please go right ahead. There's a place that Paimon wants to go too. Traveler, why don't we pay another visit to the Fortress of Meripede? We'll see you another time.
Take care.
Yep. Opa, e aí, Big? Tá de boa?
Courier, Miss Sijui told me you still haven't eaten.
Yeah, I was working.
That's no excuse for... Huh?
Hello there. It's been quite the mess here recently.
And you? Are you still taking the secret passageway from the infirmary to where—
Yep. That is still top secret, though. So don't say a word to any—
It can be a bit annoying when there are lots of people in the infirmary, but I still prefer taking that—
I mean, the infirmary does make it easier for you to slack off.
Oh yeah? Then why are you also here so much?
You two really are just using your jobs as a cover for your relationship, aren't—
Not at all!
Cadê?
Seedwing, traveler! Hi, are you still doing all right? We're fine, but what about you guys? A few people oh, of course. We must also thank you for the help you provided. How did Nervalet know that he was needed here? Well, Miss sure Nervalet has strong resonance with the hydro element. I ran into the bombshell broke. If you're not too just let me know if you get it. I'd like to take the opportunity.
Mano, muita preguiça. Calma aí.
If you can find the top.
Calma aí, calma aí. Eu lembro da época. Não, eu lembro da época porra nenhuma, né? Eu só fui em 2024, né? Aqui, ó.
Anytime, any place.
Gastando tudo aqui. Deixa eu ver como é que é a Maviuca. Não, deixa eu ver como é que é a Maviuca. Não.
Try and stop me.
Nossa, cara.
Rev the engine.
Muito da hora, muito da hora. Muito da hora, cara. Muito da hora. Amei, cara. Amei.
Full throttle.
Melhor coisa que tem. Uma porra de uma motociclista. Uma concha com uma motociclista. Da hora.
Try and stop me.
Mano, melhor coisa que tem. A melhor coisa que eu peguei na minha vida. Mano, a próxima que eu vou upar quando tiver no nível máximo, quando eu completar toda a história, vai ser ela. Vai ser ela mesmo, vai ser ela mesmo. Não importa.
You guys are back?
You guys didn't.
Ah, and here.
All right. Good.
Hey, it wasn't just.
I was also. Whenever he'd say that, I'd tell.
Hey, there's nothing wrong.
These two. They sure are a lot.
Oh, well, if you say so. I'll be wa-
Oxi. É a melhor coisa que existe na minha vida, cara. Que isso. Agora entendi por que todo mundo ama Maviuca, cara. Mano, a Maviuca É o exemplo de melhor coisa que tem. Faz igual o Kit, faz igual o Malane, faz igual a Citralli. Mano, ela listou de todos os personagens de Nathan. É por isso que ela é amada, cara. É por isso que ela é amada. E ela faz muito melhor que a Caixina.
Now guess, what suit will this next card be?
A bare-teeth cat?
Well, well, look who it is.
Traveler, Paimon.
Hello, everyone.
Looks like you're recovering nicely from it, eh?
Mm-hmm. Oh, right. I managed to work up the courage to thank Miss Clorand in person.
Whoa, how did...
She told me that it was nothing. It was as if saving a life...
She didn't want to stress you out, that's all. She's right, and it's best not to dwell on.
Yeah.
Okay, but check this out. We went back to the opera house and we met the knave.
You met Father? Did she say anything to you?
She said a few things that were,
Her attitude towards you is even better than what we'd imagined. You should believe her. She has her own way of doing things, and she'll do everything in her power to help those she considers.
Father is very capable, and also
Oh, Paimon just remembered that she thought Lenny was a bit too proud as well. She said that you should learn how to rely on others sometimes.
Got it.
That does sound like something that Father would say.
Hey!
Are you going to stay here for the next few days?
Looks like it, yeah.
Excellent. I will host...
For real? Then Paimon wants another...
Another implies that you were already served some delicious cake while you were... Well, next time, you...
Cadê, ó? Caminhada rápida.
Full throttle!
Do my eyes deceive me, or did I just see two inmates come back after making it to the surface? Some strange winds blowing of late.
We wanted to see how the fortress is doing.
We're fine, for the most part. Nope.
If that's the case, why don't you just ask him to stay?
Oh, yeah, what a brilliant plan. Let's go convince the Udex himself to exchange the courts of Fontaine for a puddle of water in the middle of nowhere. He came here in a hurry and left without even stopping for a cup of tea. He did remember to take Miss Sigewin's gift with.
He sure sounds super...
Miss Clorand has left.
Where are the gifts?
Nervalette got the milk.
Those are...
Well, it's Nervalette's... Oh, and I have some gift...
Are these from...
Nope. You've already wrapped up your work at the...
For real? Then we can stay?
You may access the ca... Just remember to come complete your paper...
Vai ver o que é da prisão. Ele demora 7 segundos, cara. Que isso, mano. Ah, não. Melhor coisa que o negócio pode ter é uma conte.
Rev the engines!
Ela morre com um hit ainda por cima.
We're back in our cell again. We're no longer prisoners, though, so it really sure feels that way. Huh? How did you know? Hey, that's not true! It's like, we've now gone to... There are so many bad things in the world, and we're just... You're counting Paimon today? Aren't you the only adventurer here? Then let's ask Catherine to get Paimon in and... just our thoughts making... The last time we felt... We should be safe now. Alright then. Good night to you, traveler.
Ah, não. Ah, não, caralho. Calma. Ai, ah, tá, não, mano. Preciso ir. Eu preciso chegar naquela viajante. Olha, mais uma constelação. Vamos lá, ler. Mais uma constelação. Por enquanto vou salvar isso aqui.
Now, wait a sec. Oh, today's our big...
Please, sign here. This document will be effective immediately upon signing, and due to—
It's been so long since we've been to the surface.
what's happening? I'm fine, thanks. But...
Let's go ask the Duke.
Peraí, vai voltar depois. Depois de causar um desastre como esse.
Your Grace?
Ah, good to see you.
Yeah, what was with that earthquake?
Ah, that. The tremor didn't originate. Over the years of serving as the warden here, I have developed a sense for distinguishing between what occurs on the surface and what occurs underwater. Besides, the seal that—
So the fortress is okay?
If you recall our last incident, if there really were a problem, there would be crowds of inmates in a panic right now.
Huh, you've got a point. Okay, seems we need to get back up to the surface and ask about what happened.
No.
By the way, do you know what day it is today?
I believe today is this month's pipe cleaning day.
Wait, seriously?
Ah, yes.
Yep. It's you two. Are you the... That's right! Today is our last day in prison. But now that Paimon says that, it doesn't... Oh, yeah, Paimon... Then be sure to come back and visit. I'll miss you.
If you've signed the release papers, then you're free to go. The guards will escort you out.
You're not going to see us off?
I knew you'd ask. All right.
Well, you actually agreed.
Ah, so you do have a polite side, I see.
After being down here for so long, I imagine you must feel like... Yeah, don't worry, we'll come back to see you.
I hope you won't be here as convicts the next time I see you.
We'll do our best to stay out of... Well, it seems our work in the fortune... We should probably... You're going to see Monsieur Nervillette? Please pass on our kind regards.
I'm sure just your regards will do.
I believe it would be the polite thing to do.
You're right. I've heard the Palais has been terribly busy these days. Tell him that I hope he hasn't been overwhelmed by the recent string of troubles.
The Palais Mermonia sure is buzzing with activity today.
Halt! Huh? Oh, it's you two. Apologies, Monsieur Nervillette.
Excuse me. Would you mind helping me take a look at this report?
I'll be right there. Sorry, I've got my hands full here. You can see yourselves in.
Everyone's so busy.
Hello. In the meantime, please, have a seat. If you'd like to have something to drink, let the Melusine outside know.
That's all right. We just ate.
Very well, then.
Let's take a break over there while we wait for him to finish his work.
All right.
Are you done with your work?
Yes, sorry to keep you waiting. Today should be the day you were released from the fort.
That's right, and we came here to...
A massive whale.
Do you have any idea what that...
Judging from your description, that cannot have occurred in any ordinary... A whale of that size...
Immersed in primordial seawater? What the hell? I just...
Most people wouldn't be capable of entering in the first place. Yes? What is it?
Oh, right! We asked the Duke and he said...
It turns out that the source of the tremor...
The water levels were...
Fortunately, the water levels only... If the change in water levels is connected with the leaking primordial...
Navia should be in Poisson, right? We need to go check on her!
I would also like to go there as soon as possible, but I'm afraid I can't leave just yet. I'll have to ask you two to go to Poisson first.
There's no time to lose! Let's get going!
Beleza, chefia.
Please be careful.
Navia should be around here, right? We haven't seen a single soul all the way here.
What will I ever do now?
Look, there's someone on...
Just stay put. We're coming up. Watch your balance.
All right, just hurry.
I'm not young anymore.
He looks pretty sad.
I see.
My leg! My leg! How could this have happened?
Just hang in there. Help is on the way.
Oh, it's Navia. She's over there. Hey, Navia, are you okay?
You're here.
We heard there was a situation in Poisson, so we...
Yes. As you can see, the water...
Demoiselle! There was a wounded resident next to a building southeast of here. We've already transported him to safety.
He's wounded?
He fell, so it's probably a broken leg.
He jumped down then. Find the leader of Squad 1 and tell him to take the wounded resident to see a doctor. He should know where to go.
Understood. I'll take over his search and rescue mission.
All right. You'll be in charge. I'm sorry.
This...
Right. A little earlier, we suddenly heard the rushing water seemed a little... Everyone on the street who happened to be close to the water, those who realized the Spina di Rosula initiated rescue operations as quickly as possible. But the water that flooded the air, no one knows if this could happen again.
How awful.
It was quite frightening indeed.
Is there any way we can help, Navia?
Thank you.
Don't say that, Navia. That's what friends are for.
Demoiselle! We've got a situation here.
Sorry. I need to go for now.
And out she goes.
Okay. The wounded are... Of course, traveler.
Huh? Right now.
Thank you. Not a lot of people here, huh?
Well, given the time of...
Right. That's...
Navia? Navia, what...
Sorry. I just... Malus and Silver... They won't...
Huh? What happened to them?
Porra do cacete.
Everyone agreed on the
Tem.
rescue plan, but still...
Mulher burra do
I was the one
cacete,
who
não.
initiated it.
A Paimon
They were
é
helping
muito burra a ponto
evacuate
de
the
saber
residents,
que eles
but
nunca
they
vão mais
couldn't leave
voltar.
in time. And I've known them
devem
for so I
fazer?
could at least hold a funeral for my father. And I know where he rests. And as for Malus and Silver,
Everything looks so clean after it rains. Even the gravestones. I didn't expect...
I can understand.
see, it's not just...
How could Master... Yet the cemetery is the home of those who have passed.
Buying yourself a plot.
No need yet. But when I do, I hope you'll let me be buried beside Master Cal.
Hey, stop.
I'm quite serious. That way, it'll save us both the trip.
That makes sense.
After all, besides you, Demoiselle, the two of us...
Personally?
Why are you bringing this up all of a sudden? Seriously.
But I'd really prefer not to talk about this stuff. And what do you mean by saving me a trip?
I promised to let them rest in peace here. But I'm sorry for letting you see me in a mess like this. I don't usually cry, really.
Paimon doesn't know how to help you feel better. But, well, she understands how you feel.
I had always thought Malus and Silver have helped me so. I'm so sorry.
You can spend as much time as you need here, Navia.
By the way, you can have a look at this.
Obana, Khan, Burnett,
Bennett? Oxi!
Vernie, Francine. So,
Não,
It's okay.
Bennett.
The overall outcome indicates that the cost
Bennett morreu.
was worth it.
Bennett morreu.
right. Don't think Malus and
You're right. What you said just now was...
Oh,
Seems you've become more eloquent in the time since we last met.
the knave?
Ah, is everything...
Yes, my people are carrying out the mission according to your request. All the residents of Poisson have been evacuated. As for these supplies, we have everything.
Thank you.
Wait,
We just met recently. Right, Miss...
Usually, I would call this thanks to the knave. Spina di Rosula received...
Mutual aid is essential to fostering positive developments. We were already in the area, in any case, so it was nothing. That said, I must say that you're a lot
I apologize for all the ways in which I tested you previously. We've never worked with a Fatui before, and it's extremely important for us to know who we're working with. My subordinates have reported that Fatui soldiers have been observing water levels and taking head counts in various locations.
This is nothing to brag about, nor do I intend to. It is simply the way of powerful organization. As I've told this traveler before, I know of the prophecy, and I intend to prevent the impending disaster. Lending your organization a hand was a natural first step in accomplishing that. As such,
Without your help...
Furthermore, I sincerely regret what happened to Malus and Silver.
Don't say that. You, as Paimon said, Malus and Silver didn't choose to sacrifice themselves for any specific person. And they weren't the price. I've never liked hearing people put it that way. It's like...
You're right. I'm sorry for your... Water is life to Fontaine's people. And it also spells...
So, you're one who will try to change fate?
Of course. That is why I'm going to Hotel Bouffe de Terre. I still have some things to take care of. By the way, traveler, Paimon, one more thing.
alright, then we'll just...
That is a clever and useful conversation technique, which I do like to use when necessary. But there's no need today. It would not hurt to have Miss Traveler. I'm sure you remember that I said we could work together when we have it. You and I both know that there may be issues with the Primordial Sea. Previously, it was the Fortress of Meripede's sluice. Indeed. Allow me to share the latest intel I've received from the house. During some recent investigations, a child claimed to have discovered some ruins near Poisson. Judging by the dating of the ruins, they may be related to the prophecy and the coming crisis. My people initially came to prepare for ruin exploration.
So, That's why the Fatui were already in Poisson.
I wanted to take the children along, but unfortunately, Linny, Lynette, and Fremine have all been dispatched to higher ground to Linny told me that outside of the house, which is why I want to give you this task. The House of the Hearth's members see each other as family, but Linny, Lynette, and Fremine said that they also see you. I'm sure you already understand.
Oh, that somehow makes Paimon feel kinda happy.
The intel I just shared about the ruins could fetch a high...
Got it!
Já que a família, pai, mãe, uma porra de um pet.
We can handle that.
Excuse me,
Cachorro
may I
voador.
tag along?
You wish to join, Miss Navia?
But are you sure you're up to exploring
Cachorro
some ruins?
voador. Yeah.
Well, I'm sad, yes. But there's no point in being depressed. Besides, I'm also doing this for myself.
Since you put it that way,
Cachorro
I have no
voador,
objections.
aqui.
What do you say, traveler? All right?
Okay, the three of us will handle it.
Cachorro voador.
Pack up and get to...
Calma aí. Meu Deus do céu. Pronto. Ai. Lá 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 lá. Saca lá 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 lá. Ali, ó. Aquela pirâmide ali, ó. Eu tô vendo lá em Sumero, lá na casa do cacete. Eu tô vendo Sumero bem ali, lá de longe. Cadê, ó? Tem Celeste? Mano, vai aparecer Celeste em algum lugar. Eu acho que é bem ali. Ah, dá pra matar esse bichinho aqui, ó. Mano, não tem nem dano suficiente pra isso. Pra minha opinião, não é dano suficiente. Aqui, ó.
So, are these the ruins?
They seem to be...
Let's go in.
Just be careful.
Peraí, vou jogar com a nave. Mano, se eu jogar com a nave vai ser muito bom. Vou jogar com a nave. Quer ver que eu vou jogar? Ah. Esse aqui eu jogar com a nave. Eu quero usar uma shotgun, isso sim. Cadê, ó? Os dois bichinhos bem ali.
Let's dance. Stay put.
Propagate! Springboard! Empty space.
La, 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 la. You Blade, here.
Swing ahead. Propagate! Excuse me.
Don't be scared.
Swing ahead.
Graças a Deus. Mas precisa de mais dano esses setos e esse viajante também. Oi. Ah, eu vou levar vocês pra longe.
Excuse me?
This place has also been contaminated.
Yeah. And a lot of it, too. A Fontainian would most likely dissolve the moment they fell.
Right! You can't go down if there's primordial seawater. It's too dangerous, and it won't be any help for you to just stay here. Don't get by my wrong. We're not saying you're useless. It's just...
No, you're right. I can't do anything in this situation. I'll leave this to you. That complicates things. Maybe the only way left is forward.
In that case...
The water... I'll go together with you. Perhaps we'll find the exit just up ahead.
Agora eu vou conseguir.
All right. Come with...
Ah. Deixa de ser sem graça, ô Miho. Deixa eu jogar com a nave.
Let's try climbing over from the side.
Nossa, que lógica. Muito realista que até buguei. Aqui, ó. Não. Ricardo, eu vou fazer uma pizza. Droga. Não devia ter ninguém aqui, né? Ué. Mano, meu FOV tá muito... Ah, não, velho. Mano, eu gostaria de ter esse FOV. Aqui, ó. Olha o tamanho desse FOV. Muito perfeito, cara. Muito perfeito. Muito perfeito.
There's something wrong with this bridge.
Mano, se... Caiu. Nossa. E cadê a Paimon? Ela fica ali sozinha, caraca, tadinha. Tadinha da Paimon.
Demoiselle.
Huh?
Demoiselle, what are you doing here by yourself? Would you be standing here till...
Maybe she just wants some time to...
Hmm? Oh.
Yes, it...
That's quite possible. However, you...
Oh. It must have slipped my mind when I... This is a familiar feeling, yet...
Is something the matter, Demoiselle?
Oh, no. I was just trying to recall why we came out for a walk.
Do you remember Mr. Giverny? He'd requested our help before with foreign merchants who had a debt dispute with him.
We were headed to see how things were going.
Ah, right.
Oh, Miss Navia. Ah, Mr. Malus. And Mr. Silver, too. It's good to see all of you.
How have you...
I've been great. They were knocking at my...
Sometimes.
Oh, yes, Miss Navia. These are some flower seeds that I prepared. Please take them. I don't know what...
Did you...
Why, we can have as many pots as you'd like, demoiselle.
Perfect. In that case, we'll swap out some of the decorative plants.
Very well.
Wait. Excuse me, Matt. That's right. No, it's not.
Pula, cara. Pelo amor de Deus. Pelo amor de Deus.
We must mind the time, demoiselle.
Huh? We do?
Well, now, did...
Miss Navia, here you are. My trial. Wait. Why would I need to go to the opera house?
Yes, she's right, demoiselle. It's just about time now.
Oh?
Look, it's Navia!
And her two attendants are with her. Goodness, everyone's finally here.
There sure are a lot of people here to see the trial. And they all seem to be oddly excited about something. Karina, Desiree, Joeville, Jolien, Essen.
E as carinhas dele? Ah, não, querer culpar ela, velho.
And why do I have no and as for the judge?
Mano, pela carinha desses carinha.
Please sit in the defense.
All right. But
typically it wouldn't be allowed, but today...
Hey, what kind of place do they think this is?
Come on, do they have any idea what they're doing?
Seriously.
Enough with the whispering!
My dear Miss Navia, have you not yet realized? As all here know, you are Master Callus's successor. The head of the... After you took over the Spina, you treated all of us just like the late Master Callus had. If anyone in need reached out to you, not only you, but your butler, your subordinates...
Wait a moment. Aren't you just proving that I'm a good person?
Yes, correct. Absolutely right. And that is why you stand accused. You have helped so many people get through so many difficulties. You are one with us. We are one big family. All of us who are from Poisson. Therefore, this fair and honorable...
Huh? Everything...
Oh, well.
How wonderful, Miss No...
I know all these people. Why are they laughing?
I seem to remember now.
Wait just a moment. This isn't right!
Malus?
What was that, Mr. Malus? Our conclusion is very clear and unanimous. Let the court judge her now. She...
Stay here, Navia! You're one of us!
Demoiselle, don't admit guilt. This trial means to keep you here forever.
I wish to exercise my right to defend Our Lady. Mr. Joinville, you only know of Navia's goodness, but nothing of her utterly independent mind.
She was born a free and independent spirit. She has never been tied down by anything. Indeed, even the death of Master Callus couldn't stop her.
Her actions cannot serve as proof that she identifies herself as part of any group. She merely acted as an individual, extending her hand to help others. Please do not mistake...
Really? As an individual, you say? Don't forget, we are all Fontainians here. This is the nation of... Even if Miss Navia owns... Everything is measured here and now. I speak for everyone. Our opinion is consistent. Navia should stay.
And you would call this justice? Preposterous. You are merely jealous that Demoiselle still has a chance. Have you forgotten how much you all once longed to become individuals?
Do you mean to defy our justice?
If your justice is flawed, then why should we acknowledge it?
As you said, we can also have our own justice. Silver and I, and that is how we will enforce.
My head...
Demoiselle.
Silver, I remember now. Everything that seemed Karina, Desiree, Joyville, Jolien, Essen, and Mr. Giverny and Mrs. Burnett, who we met earlier. Even Malus and Silver. I don't want to admit it, but they're all dead.
Don't be afraid, and don't admit guilt. We will protect you to the very...
Absurd!
Who are you to say that she cannot be judged? We are the majority, and in the nation of trials, don't let them escape! We shall keep Navia—
Mr. Malus and Mr. Silver, must you be so stubborn? How could the two of you possibly hope to stand against the collective? Do not resist. This judgment is fair and just. Navia belongs to— After all that happened, she should not be left alone in Poisson.
What are you saying? No more excuses!
He says we're jealous. Jealous? How could she possibly be an independent individual?
What's with these people? Who's jealous of her?
She belongs to us!
Miss Nav— Silence!
That's...
Monsieur Neuvillette!
Such commotion is prohibited in the court. The accusations you just presented are nonsense. The court will adjourn for the rest of the day. In this, I shall hear no objections from any unauthorized party.
Our thanks, Monsieur.
Please leave with me, Miss Navia, while there is still time.
But...
Go on now, demoiselle. This is your only chance to leave this place.
Malus.
My apologies. I couldn't resist making one little joke once I realized that this shall be our last goodbye.
Malus. Silver.
Quickly, you must come now.
Goodbye, demoiselle.
Farewell.
Ô, louco.
No, wait! Just a second!
Navia?
You're awake. Good.
I must have been dreaming. Malus and Silver were still alive.
It looks like you're—
Did all the sad feelings cause you to have—
The ruins you were exploring suffered a cave-in. You were just about to be dissolved within, but I think I saw two Oceanids protecting you. It was only for a moment, perhaps even a fraction of a second. Were it not for their intervention, I would not have been able to rescue you before your consciousness dissipated.
Wait, did you say Oceanids? You mean like what happened with Vacher?
Perhaps those two Oceanids were the people you saw in your dream.
I always told them that they didn't have to protect me.
Please come with me.
Neuvillette, are you okay?
Oh, I am quite all right.
Why do you look so stiff, Olive? Oh, Paimon knows. You're the type who feels awkward when there's nothing to—
I merely thought that we should give Navia some time to herself.
Huh? Why didn't you just say so then? Don't you—
I suppose so. Ah, Sigewin. I hope all is well with her these days. Her work in the fortress of Meropide has not been—
No way, don't worry. She's doing fine down there.
I see.
Oh, and the Duke also says hi. Even though Sigewin made him do that.
Thank you. I have indeed been busy lately, and I also hope that everything is going well in the fortress of Meropide.
He still doesn't know what to talk about. Let's chat about something else then. So, Neuvillette,
Yes, of course.
this isn't going anywhere. Let's try something else. How did you find these ruins?
Yes, in fact. I had arranged to meet you in Poisson. Amid my astonishment, I ran into the knave, and we had a chat. She informed—
Yeah, we originally—
I'm sorry to have kept you all waiting like that. I'm feeling much better now. I guess we should get going again. Will you come with us, Monsieur Neuvillette?
Yes, if you wouldn't mind my company.
All right! Another one joins the party! Let's get going then!
Empty space!
Propagate!
Morreu. Ah, muito fácil. Quer saber uma técnica? Olha só. É só, quando você vê o vento, quando você dá um dash e vê o vento, pula muito rápido, aí você corre muito rápido. Olha. Muito fácil. Agora é só recuperar a energia e depois você vê essa porta, né? E vai vir um chefinho aqui. Ah, 3 horas.
Let's dance. Watch out! There are rats falling over here!
Excuse me? Behind you!
Go forward!
Way ahead of
Gostei, mano, amei. Aqui, ó, agora esse aqui, faz a mesma coisa. Ah, só pra falar, isso daqui não vai cair. Só vai desmanchar quando você sair desse lugar. Aí, pega esse baú. Quase que eu caí. Agora faz. Agora vai aparecer outros chefinhos aqui. Eita. Não. Só deixa eu preparar. Meu Deus do céu. É muito complicado, tá muito complicado. Primeiro, esses dois aí tem ataque rápido. E o outro é um gigantão, cara. Eu vou precisar realmente de... Aqui, ó. Não dei nem mais fácil.
Excuse me?
Stay put!
Scatter!
Yeah, ready, steady, go!
Give me some space.
Olha, vai vir, ó.
Behind you.
Go forward,
Agora.
let's dance.
Vai.
Don't be scared.
Os caras ainda vão atacar. Mas você vai matar esse daqui. Aí, ó. Ele tentou.
Scatter! Spring forward!
Vai ter esse ataque, vai ter esse ataque, desgraçado. Nossa! Hã?
Way ahead of you. Behind you.
Morreu. E nenhum dos meus personagens morreu. Tem que saber desviar de ataque, é muito. Aí fica o jogo mais fácil, cara. Fica ficar o jogo muito mais fácil. Que caverna gigantesca. Ah, e literalmente aqui ó, onde vai vir o chefinho. Eu acho que daqui a pouco vai aparecer aquela baleia, quer ver? Aquela baleia gigantesca, aquele chefão da baleia.
The path sure had some twists and turns, but it turns out that this place isn't actually that big.
Stone slates? It seems like
perhaps we should just leave them be.
There are 4 locations in total, but only 3 stone slates.
The surrounding walls. Oh,
There's something written below. Let Paimon see.
It feels like someone left.
that would fit the circumstances dictated by the prophecy, yes. Indeed, the slate's contents correspond to it. Take the second slate, for example.
There's a person kneeling here.
And the 4th image.
The people will all be dissolved. More information should be hidden in these slates, but I fear I cannot easily uncover it.
Don't blame yourself, Monsieur Nervalette.
Ooh, Paimon's getting the chills just looking at this. Says that it's still.
That's right. If the images are in chronological order, shouldn't the 4th, the waters drowning Fontaine, come?
And yet the order is reversed here.
Eu nem sei como é que eu vou lutar aquela baleia.
Lady Farina only emerges in the 3rd image. That means that the person in the 2nd image might be the previous Hydro Archon.
Egeria, then. I had never met her. The previous Archon kneeling before the float.
Did she herself commit that sin? Also,
It seems that any further clues will have to come.
In that case, there's no.
Yeah, we better get somewhere safe for now.
Let's split up here.
You still have.
I'll depart as well. Thanks for your hard work, traveler. I will go talk. I'm sure that you're concerned about this matter as well. If you have time, drop by my office.
Are you really gonna talk?
She has long.
All right.
I will be careful.
Traveler, Paimon, our safe house at the. All right.
We're finally back.
Welcome back.
Yay! And there's good food too. Paimon's already starting to.
Oh, that voice. Is that?
Ramona.
It's you two. What are you doing in Fontaine?
É a Mona. Só dá pra ver pelo chapéu, velho. Já sabia que era a Mona. O chapéu azul é a única que ela tem.
Seriously, nobody just uses a scry glass whenever they've got time to just see.
Still, we didn't expect to see you here. Wait, you're not a Fontainian, are you, Mona?
Well, I have some business to attend to here, so I booked a hotel in the city. I was just out for a stroll when I bumped into you. Why did you think I was from Fontaine, though? Is that because Magistus doesn't sound much like a Mondstatter surname? Well, I used to have my own surname, which was, well, there was nothing for it, really.
Nope. Although it is used by us in place of surnames, it generally just...
Wow! Imagine including a both.
I reckon so. In any case, I'd give my disciple a name like this as well, if I were to take one. Astromancer Barbeloth Trismegistus.
Whoa, that's a long one.
My name means Mona the Great Astrologist. As for the old hag, hers is...
Thrice as great? That's so... heavy.
I know, right? That's just how she is. She used to call herself Megistus, actually, but when she took me in, she changed her name to Trismegistus.
Talk about excessive.
Megistus is thus the calling card of our school, so to speak, which makes it about the same as a surname. It's all right if you don't get it. You can look into it further should you need to...
That's terrible! But anyway, you're not Fontainian, are you, Mona? You're from Mondstadt, right?
Well, I was born in Mondstadt, yes. My parents migrated to Dorman Port, and I...
Oh, that's a good thing then. At least we know you won't be dissolved by Fontaine's water.
Speaking of that, I'm sure you're aware that a bunch of things have happened here in Fontaine, right? I know you're not a local, but I'd avoid getting too close to any water that looks strange. There's something ominous about it. Well, the water, I mean. That was the main reason, yes. Just what the invitation was sent quite early on.
What do you make of that?
What I can tell you is that I'm an astrologist. And that I'm afraid that this is not something that just anyone can do. But on the flip side, the prophecy is so huge and powerful that it must surely come from a powerful visionary. Its contents involve the fate of the world. Disregarding it would be a mistake.
A visionary? Sounds really...
Of course. The old hag could do it, and I'd bet there are others amongst those Hexenzirkel colleagues of hers who could do...
Huh?
All right.
Thanks, Mona. You're a...
Oh, well, this is something only I can do after all. So, yes.
That's the greatest of astrology!
Indeed, indeed. That's the spirit.
Oh, sorry. I came to see what all the commotion was about.
Oh, whoops. Guess we were getting a little too carried away there. Well, I'll go tend to my own business now. If I receive any news, I'll be sure to come find you two again.
And there she goes, quick as rushing water. And here we are with the Spina guy giving us suspicious looks. Right, but we were able to recruit Mona's help, didn't we? Our Fontainian friends will thank us someday. Good morning. To be honest, I'm still feeling. But it's time to get up, traveler. We agreed to go.
Pelo amor de... Não fica preso não, meu Deus.
You're here! Monsieur Neurvalette and Lady Farina, they seem to have gotten into a
Like I said, I've already explained everything.
And yet the problem has not been properly solved. There is little space for excuses between us. It is not my intention to offend you, but please, tell me where you stand. You are the Hydro Archon Focalor, are you not? Look at this. This is a list of the victims from the recent Poisson incident.
You mean...
We did not arrive in time to avert this disaster, and I will not have it happen again. I will say this once more. You must tell me everything you know. Yesterday, I found 3 stone slates in some ancient ruins near Poisson. Do you know anything about those?
Seriously? You're questioning me like this is a court case now. I don't... But you found them in some ancient ruins, you said?
That's correct. Which is why I came to ask you some questions. There should have been 4 slates, but one of them was missing. The other 3 feature different... The second of these slates depicts the previous Hydro Archon Egeria kneeling before a floating island in the sky, as if confessing something. Do you know nothing of this either?
I don't. I've never seen such slates.
I'll ask you again. Do you really have no information regarding the previous Archon? My deciphering of the slates indicates that the Hydro Archon Egeria once had to confess to, or apologize for, a certain sin. If anyone would know about it, it should be you.
All gods don't have the same secrets, you know. She was herself and I'm me. Is it really so strange that I know nothing? I understand your concerns, but I'm sorry. I just don't have anything to tell you.
Forgive me for saying this now, Lady Farina, but I have long known of your various secret investigations into certain matters. There are several indications that you have been investigating the prophecy on the slide. This is not strange in itself, considering that you are the Hydro Archon. But it is strange that you should also claim to not know any of Egeria's secrets, as well as do nothing following your inquiries. You have never been as superficial as you have presented yourself to be, nor are you a fool. And yet, your behavior is very inconsistent.
So you've been watching me all this time, have you? I didn't think you were that type. Well, since you know about my secret investigations, then you should know I'm actually working to take care of it. There's no point questioning or suspecting me. You're the Eudix. Just trust in me. You're Archon, and that's all I have to say. We do not discuss this matter again. Oh, the opera's about to start.
Did Farina not notice us standing by the door? Wonder what's up with her. She was
I assume you've been outside for a...
Oh! You know...
She was in a great panic, though I cannot discern the reason. Our discussion reached impasses time, still I do not understand. Everyone in her inner circle has noticed that she is hiding some secret. The issue is her attitude. I fear that she will not reveal... We may have to create a situation in which she will have no
Oh? Like...
Normally, people will only reveal the truth when standing trial. Perhaps we must have the Hydro...
But Farina's seen so many trials, and she's really good at dodging questions. How do
we will need to consider this thoroughly, join forces with various parties. If at all possible, I would prefer to recuse myself from this affair, but... This may be cruel to her, but all Fontaine is in process. The information a god possesses is too precious. But who will lend us their aid to do so?
Já volto, rapaziada. Vou comer alguma coisa.
Well, that's everyone, huh? Speaking of which, it was pretty smart of you to think of hiding here.
Poisson was just involved in a disaster, so it's presently devoid of people. That naturally makes it the best choice.
And here you are drinking tea like it's the most natural thing in the world, huh?
That's what families should do. Sit and enjoy a leisurely time together.
It's nice to enjoy tea here, you know? Care for a cup?
Lend me your ears, everyone. Or perhaps one of you might like to start us off. How about you, friend?
Me? No, I don't think I can.
Then, how about you, good sir?
I fear that I will cause the mood on this boat to become as somber as it is in court.
Well then, I guess we're lucky we've got a local like me to organize things. Wonderful, the spotlight at last. I guess I'll be facilitating things from here.
That was a little long-winded, don't you think?
Oh, you might be right. Anyway, to cut to the chase, our friend here, the Traveler, has brought us together to discuss something.
Uma boa notícia.
As for what that is, well, let's start by saying that we'll be pooling our efforts together to create a series of traps.
Oh?
Well, it's just an expression, really. One that I just learned from Chlorand. And you...
Huh? Didn't you say that you would be
Oh, come now. Your work doesn't involve much public speaking, right? This is a good chance to practice. You might even pick up some fancy oratory tricks to impress your boss with in the future.
I see. And what does my boss say?
He is glad that you consider him your boss.
In that case,
A cara do viajante da Palma,
do
cara,
any of
que
you have
palmo.
experience? Not that I recall.
Fremine and I
Paimo.
once used a wooden stick
Meu
in a
Deus
basket
do
to catch
céu, cara,
wild
sou muito
rabbits when
ruim.
we were young.
I've also gone...
I'm afraid not. You may or may not have heard, though that was their name, today. A trap so...
For me, our line of...
You use some of those techniques while...
Yes, and I even managed...
I'm afraid I can't claim that as much.
And I can be their assistant.
With discretion.
I remember that you liked those too.
I did.
And what about you, Monsieur Neuvillette?
I fear I do not have any related experience.
That makes sense. You usually solve problems directly, but I do have one more question for you. If we were to create a trap now, how would you design it?
I would like for it to be effective, but bring no harm to the prey. A more gentle...
Kind, as always. However, our intent, if we wanted to kill the prey in one strike, we would need a powerful implement. However, that also goes for prey that must be captured.
Wait, why is that?
Only a hunter who's a true expert at subduing their prey can snare it without harming it. The line that divides life and death is often exceedingly thin.
So, are we going...
Huh. We hadn't thought of seeing ourselves as hunters. It kinda works, but...
If our means of capturing and dealing with our prey is to put them on trial, then the hunting metaphor is actually... But we shall require much more courage than any hunter to judge a god.
Oh, so that's what's going on.
Então assim a gente vai conhecer personagem novo. Ou não. Vai saber. Cadê, ó? Ué. Não tem nenhum. Então a gente vai conhecer os chuveiros e a partir de agora. Meu Deus.
It's been a tough few days, hasn't it? Hyman didn't think the meetings would go on for so long, but Hyman thought they'd be at least a little frightened. Well, Fremine was, now that Hyman thinks about it, but everyone else just looked a little surprised.
Eu acho que foi só uma vez que alguém ia no meio da história ainda por cima.
Did you just pour some tea? Hyman didn't notice you doing that at all. Then what's that? Hyman's never seen that cup before.
Don't be frightened. I'm just joining you two for tea.
Who's that voice?
Aw, have you forgotten?
Wait, You are familiar. You're the voice we heard from the sky in Sumeru.
The voice from the sky, You're feeling lost now, just as you were feeling previously. Consider me a passerby, just accepting a commission from my friends to cite the prophecy. Yes, what has been prophesized will be fulfilled. You may—
What?
I believe you have witnessed a failed attempt with your own eyes. Can everything— So just as prophecies are usually only the future, as seen from the perspective are the things that you shall see different from—
What is she talking about? It all sounds really impressive and important and stuff, but it also sounds kind of scary.
I believe that you understand, right? Ultimately, fate shall— This was good tea, by the way. Thank you for your hospitality. Well, that—
The voice.
Bruxa ele. Bruxa ele. Sei lá.
Alright. Hey, it's you who's getting—
Well, I see I've walked in on some lively band.
Ah, tá. É a mestra dela.
Fine.
Eu acho que é a mestra dela. Por causa que... Aqui, ó.
Not all Fontainians are pessimistic about this.
O jeito, as cores, as cores desse aqui é igualzinho a xícara de chá. Então significa que deve ser eu acho que é provável que é a mestra dela.
Did she have pink hair by any chance?
Why, yes, it was Charlotte. I assume you've heard of her, no? That daredevil journalist? I'm in full support of her view. Prophecies are very important, but how can people allow their lives to be commandeered by just a few words?
That's right! Paimon's glad to hear something sensible for once.
Ah, yes. About what we had discussed before. I did try, but I'm afraid I couldn't reach the old hag. Goodness gracious. Are you serious?
She said that even the god's gaze has blind spots. Pretty bold if you ask Paimon. Most people would believe the gods to be all-knowing, right?
The Hex's people members are certainly anything but ordinary. But I've never met her, and if she were still alive, she'd be... well, suffice it...
Whoa. The Hexenzirkel sounds like a...
Their abilities alone are pretty terrifying. If she wants to see you personally, then the...
Well, it's not like Paimon could understand anything she said.
Yes, she was quite cryptic. Perhaps it is something that you cannot know right now. Traveler, Paimon?
Oh, we're...
I see. I guess you could consider me someone who has often witnessed fate. But even so, perhaps that's what En was trying to tell you. I did originally...
Huh. You do have a point.
There I go, talking about astrological principles again. It was worth trying to... I suppose that...
Paimon feels kind of moved by what Mona said. Hey, Traveler. Let's walk around the city, shall we? There's a few spots we always like to walk.
Eu não aguento mais. Meu Deus. Foda-se. A live é essa. Amanhã eu tô de volta. Referência do Mistecone. Ai, ai, ai.